So y'all know what it is. It's the Homeboys Conversation, the collaboration with Dating 101 Card Game. We got your usual good people, Miss Siobhan Carter, the U relationship.
Hey.
So, hey, we got Gamed Up T, the world's greatest trainer.
I'm a little bit woke tonight.
Yeah, I see. Got gum and everything.
I know
Got
you
sugar.
saying that good,
Of
but
course, me. Cartel Reggie, gonna facilitate everything. Gonna facilitate everything. I'm gonna get straight into it. This week, I don't know if y'all noticed it. A young lady actually got assaulted on the Metro bus. It was some rowdy kids. They tried to push the lady off the bus. Some passengers stepped by. Some people actually just happened to just record. A lot of people wonder, why didn't the bus driver intervene? Why did the bus driver, I think he actually pulled off, and they actually wonder why people didn't even do anything. So I just first want to just get y'all reaction. Did y'all see the video, and what did you think about it, T? Do you think the bus driver, some passengers should have intervened a little more?
I seen the video. I know why the bus driver didn't intervene, because bus drivers can lose their job off anything. He not trying to lose his job, or she not trying to lose their job. That's number one. Number two, I feel like some passengers should have, try to de-escalate the situation. They probably were so scared though that they ain't jump in it. But I would have tried to de-escalate it. You're not about to do that to no lady while I'm right there.
Okay.
That's just how I feel about it.
Miss Siobhan, did you see it?
no, I didn't. I forgot to look at the. I know you told me to look at it, and I totally forgot. So I don't have the context for what happened, but similar to what T said, I don't think that's what the bus driver is supposed to do. And the people, why were the people videoing it instead of? Why were they not helping instead of videoing? So it's like, what?
Yeah. Well, this is first time it's actually a comment about me. I'm actually a bus driver. And had I was named the proper protocol, because they really got on the bus driver real hard. We watched it at work. I heard a lot of people talking about it. I heard so much stuff going on about it. The news had it on there. They actually had the lady that was actually, they were trying to push off the bus. Thanks anybody who's giving us some hearts. Golden Melody, I think that was you. What's going on? Hey everybody, rhyme and reason. But the bus driver protocol, when situations like that, stop the bus and open the doors. That's all we are actually supposed to do. That's actually what we're told to do. We're told to push the private alarm, push the police signal. Of course, they give us a call, let us know what's happening. But as many people was on the bus, and I'm somebody that I'm guilty of that, I don't pay attention to the back of the goddamn bus, especially when there's a bunch of kids. I literally zone out and try to get to the next stop to get them off my bus, especially straight out of school, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. That's a rowdy time. I know the bus driver, of course, Metro then came out and apologized, saying more should have happened, more should have been done. But the bus driver was literally in no shape or form able to do anything. It's dangerous for him, not just because in a fighting standpoint at that point, we know how these kids are. And if I drive this route every day at the same time, these kids can end up pulling back up at that same route with a gun. So, the protocols was handled. I'm sorry about what happened to the lady. I don't understand what's going on with these kids, because that was very, very disrespectful. But on the flip side, had I been a passenger and I was saying, I would enjoy whooping these kids' ass. I'm just personally say, I would have immediately, I'd have loved it, because I felt like I'd have been the hero at this point. I would have loved, I'd be wanting me to be one. Hey, T, I would have enjoyed this. That video would have been much different.
Hey, listen.
And they'd be like, man, who's that dude, man?
Listen, today it wasn't a kid, but it was a grown man today. I'm about to go to the gym, so I'm getting on the train. So, I work at the school. So it was some kids from the school at the train station, and he kind of was messing with them or whatever. Like you could tell he was like under the influence or whatever and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But he started following me. But you know, when they play like they crazy, but they know who to mess with. So I let him follow me. So I let him walk me all the way to the end of the platform where it was just me and him. And I just stopped and I just looked at him and I opened my hand and I said, I'm gonna slap the shit out you.
Oh.
And he just he like started smiling and like turned around like this and just walked away.
Yeah.
Like that ain't crazy.
Yeah.
He's all messing with people.
I've had that happen even at work, and like especially up in Silver Springs where there are a lot of people that be going on, and I get off the bus and what's name, and all the person I do is say one thing. They ain't got me. I be like, huh? What you say? And I get real close to them, like, huh? What you say? Oh no. I don't not. All of a sudden, all rationale come back to them and realize I'm ready and give me a reason.
Funny stuff, Rez. That must be something that like our neighborhood must do or something like that. Cause I be pulling up on people like that too, and like be like, yeah, so what you say? What was you saying? What you was gonna do?
Like because like you said, a lot of people they take a step back when they realize that it looked like somebody really want to engage with them. Like I asked the passenger that got me suspended. You know, I was ready to engage that day. Everybody keeps, man, why did you do that? I was like, I don't know, man. I say he just caught me on the wrong day. When I choked that, and because my suspension over with, and I just served that 5 days suspension without, but because that's over with, when I told that nigga Slim, you might as well go ahead and get off the bus, and he was like, nah, let me tell you something. And he called his girlfriend, hey, babes, come get this nigga above me. Slim, that couldn't have been me. I'm ready for I digress, but the situation was disrespectful, and hopefully they do something with better security on there. What's going on, Josh? Because I know that you always giving us the hearts and the hundreds. We thank and appreciate it. Moving right along.
Wait, we got to read the comments. Hello.
Okay.
So Big Tokyo said, hey girl, what you doing, fool? Joined in. Tamika said he wasn't supposed to. Classy A said he should have called the authorities. He should have followed protocols. What you doing, fool? Said, what up, family? Hey, Rhyme and Reason. Tamika said someone that was on the bus said she looked as if she was under the influence. That's interesting. Big Tokyo.
But even if she was or wasn't, they still shouldn't have put their hands on her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Go ahead. No, finish.
Big Tokyo says, I agree with all of y'all answer. Classy EA, hey girl, says so true. Big Tokyo said, I got teens, so I be ready to whoop. Is that wrong of me?
Yeah.
Girl? I mean, that's what you gotta do. He said, exactly, I'm very confrontational. Josh said, it is never seen no one challenge someone like y'all. Said, so true. Classy 8, they should have not put their hands on her unless she swung first. Yeah.
Real quick, a true story. I actually was doing a route one time, and a lady got on the bus. I could have sworn she was with the person that was coming, but the lady that got on before her gave me a weird look. I don't know why I felt it, but I can see it. The woman get on, and I'm gonna say I go just a little bit further. Again, I'm not paying attention to the bus. All I feel is somebody rubbing on me while I'm driving. I swear my honest truth, she's rubbing on me. I'm like, what the? I promise you, I know this was before COVID. I'm driving. When people get on the bus, I literally zone out. I don't want to be bothered. The woman walked past. Everybody got on, walked past. I'm sitting there. The woman what the? I literally stopped the bus, no exaggeration, in the middle of what I was going to stop the bus, middle of the street, grabbed her. I didn't push her. This is being recorded. Understand this. This is about 5 seconds. I didn't push her. I gently escorted her off the bus, boom, and then shut the door and pulled off. But yeah. So sometimes I don't know what that woman
looked rubbable. She wanted to touch it.
It doesn't matter. I'm driving a day. The next she gonna do is grab that steering wheel. yeah. But she literally rubbed them. I said, what the? I opened the door. I just kind of grabbed her arm, like squeezed it, but she could know I wasn't playing. And like, here you go. Like, shut the door. She looked all straight.
Tamika
It was a white lady too.
oh Lord, you know you going to jail. You can't put no white lady.
That woman was drunk. I don't care. That woman was drunk. I didn't push her. I got her off the goddamn bus. Like, yeah, you gotta go. You can't get on this.
Classy EA said she was like he had some white chocolate. Jamila is hollering. So said you read that too. Let's move on to the next question so you don't.
Yeah, I bet. So, a guy proposed to his girlfriend. I'll be wanting to send y'all these posts ahead of time too because it's funny. So a woman actually showed up. A woman that actually was engaged. She actually showed up on the day before the engagement and everything, but she actually had the iPhone 13 or 14. Fiance asked, would she get it? She refused to, it was a lengthy story. She refused to tell. So fiance called off the wedding. So I'm wondering, if your mate was to show up with something that we know are not something that they're either financially into or just something that they're not like capable of getting or wouldn't pay for themselves, and you question them about it and they would not inform you to where they got it from, would you have a problem with it? And do you think you will call off a relationship? Siobhan, I'm going to start with you.
Oh, my iPhone 14, like they only like $1,000. Like what? I don't understand.
But you didn't let, like,
and they got a payment plan. You pay like $20 a month. Like, why is that such a big deal?
Oh,
she could have got it
from
herself.
someone.
Yeah, I don't
No, it's like you can pay monthly, just add it to your bill. But I'm just like, and told he ain't like it was like a $10,000 bracelet or something like that. It was just, I'm just tired of people getting into arguments and just breaking off a whole engagement wedding off of something small like that.
That ain't somebody she want to marry anyway if he breaking it off that quick.
It's like, it's got to be something underneath that the
it's a lengthy, what's name? I'll send you the post when we finish because it's kind of lengthy for you to read it yourself. T, how you feel? You breaking up with a chick and she don't tell you where that iPhone 13 came from?
I'm not calling no wedding off for that. I don't even care where she got the jump from. First of all, my question is why they didn't give me one too. I don't buy $1,000 phone. I got an Android. Why don't you hook a brother up? Get a family plan. Shit, you all be on the same deal. I ain't calling wedding off no phone.
Maybe she didn't want him to know she was stripping on the side to pay for the wedding or something like that. She was trying to keep that to herself.
She might got a secret account she didn't want to know about.
I'm just basically have to be the devil's advocate. Y'all know how I feel about my mate getting gifts. We talked about this before in previous episodes. My mate get a gift from somebody, which is a $1,000 phone, and she literally, I know it's from somebody else, and she don't divide what's the big deal? Oh, we don't have a problem. We don't have a problem.
How you know it's from somebody else?
I'm saying I got to know where it's from.
Oh.
I got to know where it's from. I forgot how he knew. Like I said, it was too long to read. I should have sent it to you because you could look at your computer, but you could have read the whole thing. But to know it's from someone else, if it ain't that $20, would John have not still, other than T, because I know T, you just like, hey, but Siobhan, you know it's from someone else.
But it's more so we got to talk about it. It's not just jump to, we ending it. What is going on? Like, let's talk through it.
So what's the talk through? If I'm telling you, like, look, don't worry about it. I got this new car. You going to be in it. What's the problem?
No, we're going to have a conversation about it.
I don't want to talk about it no more. I don't want to talk about it no more.
No, that's not. That's not acceptable.
That's what the problem is. It's like y'all ain't hearing that.
I hear what you're saying, but that's not acceptable. We're in a relationship, and we need to talk about it.
Well, listen, you don't want to talk about it no more, right? Then have me one tomorrow as well. We ain't got to talk about it. We ain't got to talk about it. Have me one too. We a team.
I don't know. Go ahead. What they saying? I'm gonna get to the next question. I mean, man, I ain't read the
Jamila's daughter said exactly, not a biggie. Tamika said, nah, there's no need to talk if you can't just tell me who brought it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna talk out.
That's how I feel. Yeah, I guess, but I'm not talking about something when I'm asking you, like, hold up, that's not something you would buy for yourself, and I know you didn't have the money. Where you get it? And you dismissive. I think the problem comes down to being dismissive about it too. Like,
but that's to me, that's not the first time that person has been dismissive. Then it's probably shown up in other parts, and then that shows that there's some issues in the relationship. But to each his own. That's
to each his own. To each his own. Let's see Josh laughing. Okay, so a woman called up to the radio station last week. I was listening to her. I always listen to listener, and she said she's been married about 2 years. She said over the last, I think, year, sex have been horrible with her husband. She said they've been together for about 4, married for 2. She said sex have been real horrible. She said after sex, he just rolls over, go to sleep. She said sometimes she even cries herself to sleep. This is stupid. What is the problem? I can't even get it. Yeah. So she said sometimes she just cries herself to sleep. So she said lately she's been entertaining some guy at the gym. And of course the people on the radio were saying, they're stupid. You don't know if this dude's sex is the same way. But my question, when I kept listening to the people who called in, everybody kind of had the same answer. How come you don't have a conversation with your husband? And my question to the panel is this: how comfortable are y'all having the uncomfortable conversations with your mate? T, if you were in a situation, T and Javon, y'all was in a situation to where, the sex or anything got that bad, how comfortable with you of letting your mate know, T?
Well, I mean, if we married, then I'm very comfortable. I mean, there's nothing we can't discuss if we married. That's how I feel. So, I mean, besides, I'm going to try to spice it up anyway because I know we married. And when you get married, they say it gets worse. So, I don't know what happens when I get married. So, I'm going to try to, keep it spicy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to ask her all the time, what you want to try? You want to try this? We should do this. We should do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to keep it interesting. I'm not about to just go to sleep and listen to you crack. While he's sleeping, he can hear her crying. He just don't want to wake up and deal with it. But he know he can hear her crying.
We can cry silently.
Siobhan?
So yeah, I don't have a problem with having a difficult conversation, especially if I feel like I'm not getting pleased. And it's like, it sounds like it was good in the beginning, and then he's just being selfish at this point. So it's like, what's up? Like, every time you just want to get yours and roll over, like, because I'm not getting satisfied.
Siobhan.
Huh?
Let's not do that, Siobhan.
What?
Let's not say it got worse for him. Because he go to sleep, so she might be the one with the bad.
I'm saying it got worse for her because I guess he didn't used to do that. So,
but that's what T's saying.
Why it didn't get worse for him? She probably is trash now to him, and he like
well, he ain't got no problem with it. So I'm talking about what she presented. I don't know how he feels about it, but what I'm saying is it wasn't like that in the beginning. Then it changed. So there needs to be a conversation about it.
I'm gonna tell you this, Siobhan.
What?
9 times out of 10, even if it's bad, a dude is going to finish and get his nut off. 9 times out of 10. So,
but it didn't start out that way. So either way, if both of them are unhappy, then they need to talk about it before somebody go cheat.
No, I agree with that. She already cheating.
She already cheated. She gone.
That's worse.
I'm comfortable with having a situation. I mean, the uncomfortable conversation. But the problem was, I understand if you don't have a mate that's very, receptive, and sometimes they make the conversation worse than what it is. Like we all saying this same thing. Oh yeah, we were having, but to really get into the nooks and cranny of, look, your head game that turned to trash. How can we fix it? Like what do you actually say when that's actually an issue? Like, because certain people finds that to be offensive. Remember, it's a lot of things that you just can't say to a person where they just deem it's offensive. Like, hey,
But I
this
feel like
coochie kind of dry now.
if you're married, now I know everybody doesn't enter a marriage like this, but it's like at some point there needs to be some conversations about the boundaries of the relationship. Like, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to have these difficult conversations. We're going to have a moment. Okay, this is where we can talk about, you know, gloves off or whatever. And I think that's part of the problem in marriages. Like, we don't do the upfront work to establish what are the boundaries, how do we have difficult conversations, how do we handle these things, and talk about it beforehand before we get into it. A lot of times we just go with the emotions, get married, and then stuff fall apart, and then we wonder, we don't know how to deal with it. So,
but that's not just marriage. That happens in relationships.
It does.
I think in all, the only difference is when y'all leave, y'all can just leave.
Yeah.
But in a marriage, I think people try to stick those type of bad situations out longer because they're married. And I feel like T said at first, sometimes, like he said, the sex might have got bad for him to where if he breaks it off, it's going to look a whole lot uglier. So he might be, because I think let me say this, she actually said it's sometimes where he kind of like shug her off and don't want to have sex. You know,
That's
so, you know, but it's, I guess again, for some reason, it's hard for men to actually let a woman know your coochie is trash now. Like,
I mean, but we're adults. We gotta figure out how to say it. Sometimes you just gotta say it. If that's the truth? You just gotta tell the truth.
Yeah. It don't come off. It never comes off a guy as just that simple. We're always going to be seen worse than what it is. Like any type of enhancements to our sex life that's not usual, it always comes off as like we just horrible. Like anything. Like, babes, have you ever think about, you know, giving me head with your head laying off the bed? Like, what B you been sleeping with that now all of a sudden you want head with your neck off the bed? Like,
everybody doesn't respond.
I don't fully agree with that, Reg, fully.
Wow.
Because I've had those conversations before and it wasn't bad. It's all about how you said and when you said. Like, if you just randomly coming out saying it, then maybe you might get a negative result. But if y'all already talking about what y'all doing with each other sexually and you bring it up, then that's different. You know?
That's if y'all having that conversation. Yeah, if y'all having that conversation, then yeah.
But what's worse, you don't have the conversation and you're not pleased, or you have the conversation, deal with the discomfort of it. So it's uncomfortable on both sides, really, whether you have it or not. So I figured just have it, say it.
Okay.
That's my thought.
Go to the comments for me.
I knew you was about to say that.
So Rhyme and Reason want T to stop chewing that gum like that. Liz Khalifa said it ain't real if you can't have uncomfortable conversations. Tamika said mentally, I think she's done because it's more of a mental thing for most females. Liz Khalifa says facts. She's definitely already cheating. Classy A said it's a hit and miss with the conversation. They may both already be cheating. Classy A LOL, but you have to be spontaneous. Both of y'all can get bored. Yeah.
Okay. So this week I seen a photo of y'all know them like orthopedic shoes, right? Where it looked like they got like the 3 straps on it, like old man shoe. Like they only got shoestrings with them, right? So the caption,
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
You know them little black shoes, and it look like they just strap them across. Yeah, like a Velcro crap.
Yeah.
So I seen a kid with them on this week, and the caption was, you know, you want to act grown in school, we're gonna start, treating you like you're grown, and this is what grown people wear. I seen another picture before where the barber ended up giving the guy to George Jefferson. Do y'all remember? He gave the kid to George Jefferson. His mother took him to the barber, told him, if you want to act grown, this is how grown men look. I seen another story about a man, not letting, cutting his daughter hair. All kids are acting out in school. And it got me to wondering, do y'all believe those type of punishments when kids act out in school is kind of abusive power when it comes to cutting their hair and making them wear certain clothes, Siobhan?
So one, I don't have children, so I can't speak to how people discipline them or what I would do, but it does come across. I think the first thing that came to mind for me was the child getting bullied or teased at school. So I feel like it would make things worse, you know, for the child, like emotionally, mentally. I understand they're trying to teach them a lesson, but why not take something away from them? Like if they're always on their phone or play video games, maybe do it that way. But I just don't see the point of humiliating or embarrassing the child to teach a lesson. I just don't agree with that tactic.
Okay. T?
First of all, if I was a little boy with the shoes, I would have just wrote Balenciaga on the side of them. And they would just put it was designer. Because that's what they're doing anyway. They taking the style from these generic brands and just designing names on them. And everybody buying them. So I would have just did that. But I agree with Siobhan. I think humiliating them is the wrong way to do it because it could end up being worse because of the bullying. But I will say I am all for ass whoopings. I'm for that. Like whoop your kids. If you whoop your kids will turn out awesome. Like awesome. I'm telling you, all that taking the game away and all that, you can do that too. But add an ass whooping in there, and you'll get way better results. That's the best way to do it.
I guess I'm the only one on the panel with kids. I think the worst thing we done when it came to my daughter was not buy her anything new, not paying for her to get her hair done, not necessarily cutting it or anything like that. I do feel like, I kind of agree with y'all also, though, it is borderline like abuse because at the end of the day, those kids going to get, kids are evil. Let's be honest.
Especially
kids are evil. Yeah. And it's unnecessary evil, but kids will make so many jokes about you. Like you come to school with the George Jefferson about the fourth grade, or them duck wings up shoes. Huh?
You're gonna go viral because they record everything now. So not only are you humiliated for that day, you're gonna be humiliated for a lifetime.
Yeah.
Because once it's on the internet, it's on there.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think it's other ways of actually getting across your kid. I remember popping up at my daughter's school. She wasn't a bad student, but my daughter, I remember one time she got a bad grade. She got a bad grade on a paper or something. And she told the teacher she ain't doing no more work because she thinks she should have got a better grade. And I went up to the school. I'm like, you don't really think that's going to win in your favor, right? And the only reason I was able to be patient is because I've done it myself. And I literally didn't want to do no more work in the math class because I said, I think I should have got a higher grade. And I don't like that. So I was able to mentalize before I irrational, but the popping up at schools is what I'm about. Because the last thing a kid wants is their parent to have time to sit in school and be with them to where they can't get their free time away from their parents, in school. So I'm all for that. But the cutting their hair like the George Jefferson, the shoes, I'm not that much. But anything that's visible as far as the hair and all that, that's a whole nother story. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Siobhan?
Right. So Tamika says, can you come catch my 12-year-old for me, T?
Trust me. Don't have him do this as an enjoyment because he will come and beat your kid for no reason.
Right in the trash can.
Okay. So Mike and Cherie was out to the club one night. Cherie actually got out of the club before Mike. When he got out the club, he came and he seen a guy kind of pulling on Cherie arm. He reacted, like I would think most guys would act. And him and the guy be getting into a fight. The bouncers quickly broke it up. Police was called, but everybody went their separate ways. Later that night, when Mike and Cherie got home, Cherie and them got into a big argument. Cherie was like, I can handle myself. I was good. You're overreacting. And Mike was like, had I not reacted some way, you would have complained that I don't protect you. So, panel, if y'all was in this situation, how would you want your mate to react? Siobhan?
First of all, I'm not going to be in that situation. I'm not going to be in that situation. So this is hypothetical. So you saying the guy was pulling on her in the club and her man took up for her?
Out the club. Yeah. Out the club. The guy put the, you know how y'all leaving out the club? Guys like, hey, Shorty, let me holler at you. So the guy like pulling her like, let me holler at Shorty. And when Mike come out, all he sees this guy pulling on this girl arm, and she's kind of like pulling away, like, what you doing? Yeah. And he reacts.
Right. So I would want him to react like that. Yeah. As the person that I'm with, I would want them to be my protector. You know, so if somebody is assaulting me, basically, which is what he's doing, or harassing me, then I would want my man to step in. I don't want no harm to come upon him, but I'm little, so I need some help. Yeah.
Because I'm just waiting to see what you about to say. Waiting to see your reaction.
Anybody who know me already know how I'm gonna react to the situation. So if you dealing with me, you know what you're getting. So, I mean, me personally, I don't really care how you feel about how I reacted, because I'm going to react how I'm going to react. You know what I'm saying? It's just me. And when we get home and you get to argue with me, I'm just going to say, oh, well, it happened. And I'm going to just walk away from you, because I'm going to react like that every time. Because why you doing on you like that? You know him or something? Yeah. What's up? It's up.
But why would you get mad about it? Like, why would
because the situation could have escalated. The situation could have gotten worse because police, like I said, police was called. You know, people got guns on them, people got knives and stuff like that. And my reaction is, I understood what she was saying. Is almost like certain women, like, I got me, you good. You know what I'm saying? I've been in a situation where a woman like, look, you good. I'm slim. Get off me. I'm good. Like, you know, I can handle myself. And you have women, this is what we argue about all the time with people, women in, you know, being masculine in some time. Some women might feel as though this situation can get worse. All the dude was trying to do was talk to me, and I was letting him know I'm good. You can't talk to me. And on the other hand, you got a guy, like you said, you know, it's my girl, and I see somebody put on my arm. Now, I don't know if I'd have gotten a fight. I don't know if I'd have whistled. I would have stepped in and grabbed her arm and be like, oh, nah, she good. Now, at this point, I would be the one talking for her. Now, I don't know, unless the guy got more aggressive at me, yeah, then a fight. But in her situation, we're saying he didn't wait for anything. He just seen what he seen and went on. That's what T would have done. That's not what I would have done. What I would have done, I would have came, grabbed my girl arm, excuse me, Slim, she good. Like, that would have been our reaction. And him could have been face to face. One, depending on his reaction after my reaction, if he said, oh, I ain't no home to woo, then like, cool, we can go about our day. Now, if he like, oh, man, F that beat now, you didn't win, you're disrespecting me now. And that's how I feel. But, yeah, before, I don't think I'm going to come out and just glance somebody. T would. I wouldn't.
But I think in both situations, you all were still protecting your woman, just in a different way. You would have just kind of moved him to the side. T would have, but it's still like, it's still a protection. So it sounds like either way, she would have had a problem with it because you stepped in, it seems like.
Well, maybe she had more of a problem because he just came out swinging. Like, you know, because again, we know how things can escalate. One of the questions in the Dating 101 card game, if y'all haven't got y'all's, was, if your man got into a fight for you, do you think it's your obligation to hold him down? Now, again, you saying, hey, nope, I want my man to come out swinging, Siobhan, and then he go to jail, Do you feel like, oh, it's my obligation? He ain't got to worry about nothing. Why he in there?
Yeah, I would feel if he was
Siobhan?
doing something for me, I feel like I would want to be there for him. Now I'm gonna have me a little something on the side. Now I can't be
See what I'm
faithful
saying?
to you,
So
but I'm
hold up.
Damn.
So T, he got into a fight because the dude trying to holler at her, he goes to jail. Man, it's a simple
Now
assault,
she
so he's
got
over for about a year.
come on.
She
Now.
out here.
I get
No,
what
you
you saying,
gotta be
Red.
realistic. The man
I get what
is
you
locked
saying,
up
Red.
for 3
Nah,
years.
Siobhan,
Like,
nah,
that
you
is
one of them. I get what you saying, Red. I get what you saying now,
And
Red.
that's why my reaction
Red, but I'm
would be
still gonna whoop that
different.
nigga, Red. I'm
I
still gonna
know
whoop
you
that
are.
nigga. But if the police come, I'm gonna leave her. She
It's
better,
just, I
she
don't
better
know.
escape. I'm
I
gonna
know
get
you
on
are.
run.
I think
I
it's
know you are.
unrealistic to think that somebody's gonna be faithful while you're doing years.
No, it's
How
not.
long?
Not if I'm in there. Not if I'm in there for you.
I
Not
can
if you.
still be
But
there for you and not
hold up.
and have
I
something
ain't
Well,
y'all
aside.
can't hold y'all coochie. Y'all can't hold
I
it
have
down.
needs. I'm too old. Like
Buy
you
some
told me, stop
toys.
working after a while. I'm not
No,
gonna
Buy
do
some
it.
toys.
look,
He in there
look,
taking it up. You can
look.
be taking it down
She,
at home.
she said that she said that, man, look, I'm gonna take care of him, but I'm gonna still have somebody on the side. When that nigga call home and that dude like, oh, I ain't know I wasn't supposed to pick up your phone.
No, because it ain't gonna be that type of situation. It's not gonna be to
You
where he
never
picks up my
know.
phone. I do know
I'm
that.
gonna
I have
kill
You
nothing
both
wrong
of
never.
with
y'all.
that.
I'm going right back to
You
jail as soon as I get out. For
you
you
never know
again.
how that situation occurs.
Guess
People get
what?
attached.
Guess what? I'm gonna give me a
What?
Russell Wilson and we ain't got to worry about none of this.
Hey, Red. Red.
How about that?
Have your Sierra friend.
Exactly.
I'm going to jail. I'm going to go to jail for her twice. The second time is really going to be for her.
Because
Okay, so you
yeah,
worrying about the
you ain't
wrong
got a
thing.
home.
You should just be worrying about keeping your head, staying focused, and I got you.
Man,
I
what?
got that.
Hell no. You tripping.
You worrying about the wrong
Let me
thing.
tell you this,
I got your
Siobhan.
back. Whatever you need,
Siobhan,
I got
let
it.
me tell you this, honest truth.
Mm-hmm.
The number one reason of niggas snitching when they go to jail is because they got a woman they trying to get back to. I promise you. That's the number. Niggas ain't just snitching because, man, them people's all for me, such and such. Like, and I ain't talking about now, of course, when you talking about 40, 50 years, that changed the whole outlook. I'm talking about niggas who only facing like 18 to 2 years, 18 months to 2 years. Those dudes are snitching because she don't have a dude. Nah, these dudes are snitching because of like getting back
So
the
I
woman.
don't
So
got nothing
you
to do
telling
with
me?
that. I'm not being with no dude that's caught up in no stuff like that. I'm talking about somebody that was just defending me. I'm talking about something like that, not nothing outside
Yeah.
of that.
So understand, if that dude was defending you, how much more he expect you to keep it locked down?
That's why I'm not gonna be in this situation. So this is all hypothetical.
You
So
basically can't keep it locked down, basically.
I'm not gonna end up in this situation. I'm just trying to tell you.
Oh, what they say in the comments? Did they respond? Cause I just see Big Token and everybody laughing like more.
Yeah, Big Tokyo says I'm gonna handle it. I'm masculine because I have a Napoleon complex.
You see what I'm saying? Some people don't want you. Like, look, I'm good. You good? Don't worry about it.
I'm little. I can't do it.
She always holler that little.
That's how
Big Tokyo littler than you.
That's Big Tokyo maybe from somewhere different. I'm from in the house. I'm not about that life.
Okay.
You got the one for the
I was
flyer? You got the one from the
huh?
the one from the flyer?
No. Read it for me.
So the question from the flyer was, somebody asked this question: if a guy, and it could be vice versa, but if a person says that they don't want to be in a relationship, why do some people get mad when the other person chooses to get with somebody else? And it can be both ways, a man or a woman. So T, what you started laughing, what you think?
Listen. All right, so listen.
Life.
Like I always say, it's not the fact that they get mad because you're dealing with somebody else. It's the fact that you telling them that you're dealing with somebody else. Or at least for me, that's what it is. It's more so like a territory type thing. Or a selfish type thing. Let me say that. It's selfish, okay? It's selfish. I'm going to be selfish. I'm selfish. Okay, so that's the thing. We dealing with each other. We not in a relationship. We doing what we do. I say you could go ahead and talk to people. I could talk to people. You talking to somebody, you start liking them. you start showing me less attention. Now I'm getting mad because now you switching the dynamics of the situation up. That's what I don't like. I don't care that you got another dude. If the time is split equally, I don't care. When you with me, cool. Then when you not with me, you out of my sight, you out of my mind, you go ahead and do you. Don't come back and tell me, oh, my bad, I ain't answer your phone call. I was with Jeffrey. I don't care. You don't even got to mention why you didn't answer the phone.
Answer the phone call.
You didn't answer. Oh, well, when I talk to you next time, we just going to continue on like it's nothing. Don't keep presenting that to me because I feel like now you just want me to get mad. So you saying that out of spite because you mad because I don't want to be in a relationship. That's how I feel about it.
Okay,
and
I appreciate your honesty.
If you gonna be dealing with me and we not in a relationship and you talking to somebody else, unfollow me on Instagram if you're gonna be posting pictures of you on y'all dates and all that stuff. Unfollow me. We can still talk on the phone, but I don't need to be seeing your date and all that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's a disruption in what we got going on.
Okay.
Yes, I know that's selfish, but I don't care.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
Okay, Reggie.
Yeah. I think like I can concur with T said also, but you want to know the worst part of those situations is when you move on to the same situation that you moved on from me.
Can I touch? Oh, never mind. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
You know, I got a lot to say about this subject. I got a lot to say about this subject. It'd be crazy. It'd be crazy. Cause listen, Siobhan, okay. I don't have a female tell me a long time ago, right? Something dealing with a female, and she want to be with me, but I don't want no girl. So she like, well, you know, I'm talking to somebody. So I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. You can talk to him. So she started like carrying it, like not talking to me no more. That's the part that makes me bad. Not talking to me no more, not coming to see me no more. So I asked her, I say, so y'all go together yet? She like, no, we just going with the flow. Excuse my language. I said, bitch, that's what I said I was trying to do. I said I was going with the flow. When I wanted to go with the flow, you wasn't trying to go with the flow. She's like, but you know, you got to get to know people. I said, no, fuck that. You was ready for a relationship. As soon as you got with him, he was supposed to be your boyfriend. That was the reason for you not messing with me no more, because you was ready for a boyfriend. So why he not your boyfriend?
And then got to go through the same process.
Then the dudes end up, you know, doing exactly what I said. She was like, I'm happy right now. He makes me feel good. I said, oh yeah, it's still the beginning. It's gonna be like that. Wasn't it like that with me at first? Yeah, but look what happens. Yeah, I've been through some stuff, y'all.
Yeah,
I know some things when it comes to this.
Evidently. Yeah, but don't leave me and go to the same type of dude. Do the same thing like T said. But I think here's the thing, and I'm gonna give the women on here a little more insight into how man thinks. There are a lot of men who say they don't want a relationship because they don't want the situations between you and her to change. It's comfortable, it's fun, y'all enjoy each other's company, there's no weight on our shoulders. We really can just go with the flow. And I said this before in the show. Once you give a person that title, everything changes. People mentality, attitude, feelings, what I'm supposed to be doing for you, what I should have done for you, all those expectations that men be trying to avoid, y'all now heap them on our shoulders. And I'm talking about a man because I'm a man. Y'all heap them on our shoulders. So I think when that situation happens, a man like, look, I don't want all that responsibilities on my shoulder right now. I'm with you most of the time. We're still having fun. We're still doing everything. Now you end up going to mess with somebody else. And like T said, y'all don't even be in a relationship. And then it's like, why did you even leave me and cut me off to go and do the same thing you was doing with me? So when you come back, don't be mad how I curry you. Because they always come back.
Let me share my perspective. Because so let me first say this. I am a woman who don't want a relationship. So let me first say that. So I sit on that side like a lot of the dudes. I don't want a relationship either. And I mean that when I say that, because I don't want to be responsible for nobody other than myself. And so because of that, if I were in that situation, I probably wouldn't want the other person to mess with anybody either, because I'm being selfish and I want you all to myself and I want you how I want to have you. So I agree with T, like the selfishness nature of it. But, you know, I guess realistically, they have the ability to talk to who they want to talk to. But on the flip side of that, for a woman who says that, you know, if her intentions is to be in a relationship and she's, you know, hooking up with y'all or whatever, her emotions are naturally going to grow and is going to want more. So then she gets with another guy. It's not good to just jump and say, oh, we're in a relationship, because she still got to go through the same process, you know, with the guy. So if he chooses to say, oh, I'm not in a relationship, then that is on her. That's a choice that she made. But I don't think it's fair to be like, well, he should have automatically become your boyfriend, because that's just not how the process goes. So that's just my thoughts.
Well, let me say this. What we're mostly saying is, if you're dealing with me and I'm saying, look, I don't want a relationship, and then you meet T and you're talking to T, what he's saying, what we're saying is cutting me off before you establish what you was looking for with him don't seem rational to us. Yeah, he got to go through the process, but you were talking to me. You decide that, hey, look, I'm starting to date other people, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you're on T, date, boo. Then when you finally say, you know what, I'm cutting Reds off, and then all of a sudden, man, you talk later on, like, hi, what's up with you and T? How y'all doing? You in a relationship or something? Nah, we still just going with the flow. When you going with the flow with me, why would you cut me off and now you still going with the flow?
Because the flow isn't flowing to where she wants it to go. She knows that y'all flow ain't flowing into the rivers of relationship. So why would she go with y'all if it's not going to end up where she wanted to be at?
But Siobhan, you don't think she should have found out if the other dude was interested in a relationship when she first started talking to him?
She don't have to. She didn't.
Why not? If that's what she's looking for.
People do.
Yeah, but that's why we've been petty there.
She want to cut you off because you're not going in the direction that she wants to go in. And then she's going to continue to date people until she finds what she wants. So I don't think it's be like, why cut me off because I'm giving you all things. You're not giving her the relationship that she wants. So
you know what? But you want to know something though, Siobhan? Want to know something about me? About Gang Up T? They ain't gonna never find what they want because I'm what they want. And they gonna keep finding niggas that's just like me because they can't get the real me. And they ain't gonna live up to me, and they gonna end up cutting them niggas off. That's how I see.
Well, that's on her. Yeah. If you keep attracting the same kind of people, then
like, no, I'm faking. I'm just faking.
Then that's
go ahead and read them comments before we. Yeah.
Y'all silly, man. So let me see where we at. Rhyme Reason said relationships are more than just fun. I need substance. She said some people need to be cut off in general, not just because I met someone else. Right. And the best says exactly, Siobhan, this flow is better. Rhyme Reason says men lie and bamboozle all the time. So thank you, Siobhan. See, thank you.
But listen, you can be getting all the substance you want without the title. You want that control. That's what you want.
It's more of a security thing. It's not control. It's just a security. Say, you know, he wants to be in a relationship. It just adds more weight and it has more clarity.
I guess.
Let me get into this last question first before we run out of time. Okay, one of my favorite shows. Matter of fact, Siobhan hooked me onto this show during the pandemic when she told me about it. Insecure. I didn't watch the show. I literally went out in California just to stand in front of the building that they made it under. Oh, y'all can look at my profile, Cartel Reggie, to see me in front of that building. I was out there. I seen it. I was in front of the Insecure building. But it was an episode.
I think you agreeing with me, Tokyo.
Yeah, T made me say. But it was an episode where I don't know if y'all watch Insecure, but it was an episode where one of the young ladies kind of bypassed her friend to ask a guy that ask her friend boyfriend about he was in the music business and she wanted a specific rapper to come to her block party event or something of that nature. And it actually blew up at the end because she felt like her friend kind of like done something a bit snakish. So my question to the panel is this. You're in a relationship. Do your friends have access to do your friends have access to ask your mate for something without you knowing it? like if it was based off their job or something they was involved with, could they bypass you to ask your mate for something? Friend or family?
Um,
Siobhan?
oh, you was asking me.
Since T don't get it.
Right. So, dang, that's such a tough question. I feel like I wouldn't necessarily have to be the gatekeeper. I think it's just like a common courtesy to be like, hey, you know, I wanted to reach out to so and so, you know, to your dude to get some information, and then let me be like, oh yeah, he right here or whatever. So I think it's more so a consideration thing. But if they have a good relationship, we've been together for 5 years, then you don't always got to go through me, you know. So it just depends. But I think in that situation, she didn't want to ask her dude because it seemed like Issa was always like not following through, or her stuff wasn't good, and so she didn't want her man's reputation to be on the line, I think.
I think in that situation that wasn't the case. I think in that situation she didn't want to ask her dude because she wanted to separate friend from relationship. I'm in my relationship and I don't want my man to be in the middle of your situation.
But it was
like
because
I want
of
to
how
separate.
Issa did things, though. That's why she didn't.
I don't watch the show.
That's why she didn't want him to be in the midst of it, though. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't watch the show, but I feel like it's different variables to consider in this situation, because it depends on who the friend is, how well the friend knows my mate, because my mate could be a mutual friend of both of ours, and we just end up getting together.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it depends on what they asking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, and I think depending on who the friend is, they would know to probably come to me first. Like, yeah, AT, I wanted to know.
Well, she actually I apologize, T. She actually did ask her friend, and her friend told her no.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And then she went and asked she didn't ask the boyfriend. She asked her male friend, and her male friend asked the boyfriend. But I was wondering if it would have been just a situation like me personally. I don't have a problem with one of my friends asking a mate that I'm with for something, depending on what it is. Let's say my mate worked at a certain venue or something like that. And, he, hey, look, hit up on Instagram like, hey, you work in that venue? I was trying to get tickets. You think you can help me out? I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem that you bypass me because I don't have the access. You know what I'm saying? But if I felt like you were trying to get a deal and y'all not like real like, hey, you think you could get me like $200 off them $150 tickets? Like, it's like, what? Like, bruh, you trying to put my girl job in jeopardy. That's the only way I would have a problem. But I wouldn't have a problem if it was just something simple where I felt like she can navigate that. And I think at my point, I would expect my mate, and I think the show didn't talk about it, I would expect my mate to inform me of what's about to occur before she done it.
Yeah.
I would have had a problem with, oh, my bad. Go ahead, you can read the comments. What I had to say wasn't nothing too serious.
And Darius said, DP2 FAMU says, nah, she thought Issa's event was going to flop. So it's like she didn't believe in the event. He also said, depends on how well my person and my friend are connected. Rhyme Reason said, depends on the relationship they have with my friends and family. The bestest said, hell no. She said, it depends if they're asking for something innocent. Tamika says, no. Big Tokyo says, I'm not with it. Rhyme Reason said, nah, go through me. And Bommy says, hell no. So for the I just think it's common.
Classy 8 said, hell no, I'm surprised.
You do.
Hold up, do you see Classy 8? You agree there?
Oh, she said, hell no, a surprise fact, Siobhan. Come to me first, period. Yeah. So I think it's just out of common courtesy, you would go through your mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if I said no and then you went around me, that's sneaky. And I'm gonna feel like you don't have enough respect for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a problem.
Well, let me say this. In her mind, she asked her to ask him. She said she wasn't going to ask him.
Yeah. And
then again, she asked, let's just say it's me and Siobhan. And I asked you to ask Siobhan for something. And Siobhan, and you was like, nah, Rez, I'm not going to ask her. And then I went to Classy 8 and said, hey, I mentioned it to her, like, yeah, man, I was trying to get, blah, blah, blah. Siobhan got connections. And then Classy 8 went to Siobhan and then asked Siobhan. That's kind of how it happened. But some people still have a problem with their mate. I know people who got problems with their family members asking their mate for stuff without letting them know. They feel like if you're going to talk to them, you got to talk to me first, and I have to agree that you can talk to him.
But I think they were having issues too. The friends were having issues.
Yeah. Real quick, we ain't got that much. No, we ain't got time. Yeah, we ain't got time. That's all I was trying to do. Yeah. Okay. Y'all know what it is. It's a Dating 101 card game. I apologize. I ain't meaning that bad. The After Dark. I'm going to read the question real quick. What are your thoughts about watching porn with your partner, Siobhan?
It's not a problem. It's great.
Not a problem. T.
It's not a problem. We ain't about to watch no porn when nigga outdoing me. You need to that nigga now. You watch the girl on girl or something like that. Nah, but seriously though, I don't have no problem with that. If that's what you want to do.
Yeah. I'm with everybody else. I don't have a problem with that. But like I said, I gotta pick it because I don't need that a dude see. I don't need it seem like it's a dude that's better than me. And when I pick it, and he don't comment on how good he doing it. That be like, he piping her. Damn, look at how he knows. Don't just let's just leave it be. Let's leave it. I really got short because we're running out of time. Instagram will literally shut us off. None of us couldn't elaborate. We could elaborate a whole lot more if we ain't having much time. That was my bag because I'm the timekeeper. I should have kept better time. So again, if you don't got your Dating 101 card games, the After Dark card games, go ahead to the page Dating 101 card games and get your cards for you and your mate can actually have a much more fruitful and eventful sex life, and y'all won't be in a situation like the conversation earlier. Like, last question, Siobhan. What was you about to say?
Nothing, because I only got 1 minute. I don't want to talk anymore. We'll wait till next week.
Oh, she don't want to talk about it. She'll wait till next week, y'all. Again, we'll see everybody next Monday. When y'all see our clips, like, share them with y'all friends, share them on y'all page. We appreciate everybody again. See y'all next week.
All right, y'all.
Join us every Monday at 9 p.m. on IG Live for Homeboys Conversation After Dark with Dating 101 card game. And make sure you like, comment, and share.